What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'll be teaching you how to do this all matte look. The opposite of my last video. On my last video I did everything dewy. So today I decided to do kind of taking it back to basics when highlighter wasn't this big thing. So you will see no highlighter anywhere on my face, my eyes, my lips are matte. Everything you see on my face is pretty much matte. I also use a lot of affordable products, so I'm really excited for you guys to see everything that I used. I love how this look turned out. I actually feel like my skin looks even more flawless than when I do shimmers and highlighters. I feel like anytime you have texture here on your skin, whenever you do highlighter, it makes the texture even worse. So I'm kind of really liking how this all matte everything turned out, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So if you're interested in knowing how to do this makeup look, keep on watching. So I've already moisturized my face with my usual skincare before I start doing makeup. And now I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Primer, which is this right here. It's the number 1. Excuse the dirty bottle. I do pretty much like that much. Just using this NYX brush to apply. You can use your fingers. I use my fingers or a brush, it doesn't really matter. It just sometimes feels nice to use a brush for primer. So this is more of a watery primer. Certain primers I do use my fingers for, and those are the primers that have a thicker consistency. But for a thinner consistency like this one, I like to use a brush. I've decided to do my makeup closer to the camera because I noticed a couple of you were asking me if I can film a little closer, so here I am. I'm using the Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation by Maybelline. This is one of my favorite matte foundations, and since this look is going to be all matte, everything matte, I have to use a matte foundation. Using 220 Natural Beige by Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. It is one of my favorite foundations ever, not just drugstore. I actually like this foundation just in general. And again, applying it with my favorite brush, the G2 by Morphe. I don't think I'll ever change a foundation brush. This is just my go-to that I always use whether I'm filming or not. And as usual, if you're new to my channel, I do foundation in stipple-in motion. I love this foundation because it's full coverage, matte finish. It makes the skin look like porcelain. Make sure when you guys are applying your foundation around the lip area that you kind of cover your lip line. Make sure that you get foundation all around the corners of your mouth so that when you apply lipstick, there's no areas, like no patches here where there's no foundation, because then it's just not gonna look even. I always do foundation on my lids, like whatever's left on the brush. I don't add actual foundation to the lids, but just whatever's on the brush, I brush on top of the eyelids. Can we just talk about how flawless this foundation makes your skin look? I would recommend this foundation to anyone that has normal to oily skin because it is super matte. So if you have dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this foundation to you. If you have dry skin, you could wear this foundation, but what I would do is I would add some oil drops, like some face oil drops, to kind of make the foundation dewy if you like the coverage of this foundation. Now that the foundation is on all over my face, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. As always, I use the color Light Neutral and Light Medium Honey. I mix pretty much both colors because they make the perfect. I have to mix these two colors because one or the other is not good enough by itself. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Whenever I feel like I've put too much concealer, like right now, I don't just blend around the eye area, I kind of bring it down to my cheek so it's not just like white just right here. You guys know I always do my concealer like one eye at a time. I'm taking the Peach Perfect powder by Too Faced to set my concealer.
If you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love.
Also setting the smile line with concealer so that the foundation doesn't crease in the smile line. Although this foundation is so good that it doesn't really gather on the smile line area.
You say you wanna try, but you never do.
I love how full coverage this concealer is. Love it. And I'll be setting my entire face with the Too Faced Peach Perfect translucent powder because since this whole look is going to be matte, I'm not going to be using my typical powder that I always use because that has more of a luminous finish. Oh, and I also did my brows off camera because I don't want to waste so much time on my brows, so I did them off camera. I know they look super dark right now with nothing else on my eyes, but once I do my eyeshadow, it'll all come together. Now I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronzer, this gigantic thing here. And I'll be using a Dose of Colors angled contour brush. Let's warm up this face because it is looking all one color.
You want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall.
Man, brows change the face so much. I'm looking at myself on camera right now, and my brows before looked like a little girl's eyebrows, and now they're just perfect. I always have to contour around my hairline because I have such a big forehead. And contouring around the hairline just really gives the illusion that the forehead is smaller. Now that the contour is done, I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to be using the Classic Blush Palette by Beige Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like. It's so pretty, so many different colors. I'm going to be using this color down here. I feel like it's the perfect peachy pink. So just using this big fluffy brush to apply right on the apples of the cheeks and then bringing it up to the contour a little bit. It's my first time actually using this palette, and I have to say the quality of this blush is pretty opaque, so you only need to pick up a little bit on the brush. It's crazy to think that I'm not going to use a highlighter with this look at all because it's a matte look, so I'm not going to be doing any shimmer on my face, on my eyes, anywhere pretty much. So the palette I'll be using today is a palette that a lot of you have been asking me for, and it is the BH Cosmetics Neutrals palette, and this is what it looks like. I'm actually really excited to use this because the colors feel really buttery when you touch them with your finger. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna look like on the eyes. So we shall start. Of course, I'm gonna start with MAC Painterly with the MAC 252 brush as usual. So I'm gonna pick up this color right here. There's no fallout at all. BH has some really good quality products, huh? Next, I'm gonna pick up this color right here. I'm gonna apply that color right on the inner corners of the eye to kind of open up the eyes. Because it's a matte color, you kind of can go ham when you apply that. It's not a shimmer, so you don't have to be that careful when applying it. So I'm applying it on the inner corner on the bottom area and also on the top, and just taking a clean brush to kind of blend that out. So same exact color as the lid, now I'm just blending up. You guys, these colors are blending like butter. And now I'm gonna take this color right here. The same brush that I used for my crease color, I'm gonna be using also to deepen this eye. I'm keeping this color a little bit lower than the transition color. Just over here, building the darkness on the outer corner with the same eyeshadow color.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.
Blending out any edges. Want to make sure that everything's super blended. And I always use the same brush for that 232 by Smith brush or Smith Cosmetics. You know. For eyeliner today, I'm going to use something I haven't used in a while. This is the Schwing Black Liquid Eyeliner by The Balm Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like. This is one of those liquid liners that if you mess up, you're screwed. Now I have both eyes evenly done. I'll be using the MAC NC15 NW20 Chromographic Pencil for the waterline.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun.
And then I'll be using Teddy by MAC also for the bottom lash line.
Like I do right now. Don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love.
Then I'm taking a Dose of Colors pencil brush and just blending this out. For the bottom lash line, I'm going to use this color right here. I highly recommend this eyeshadow palette to you guys. It's really great quality. The colors are blending like butter. Every single color so far has blended really, really well. You guys know when it comes to the bottom lash line, I always bring the eyeshadow by the bottom part of the wing liner, just so everything's blended seamlessly. And for some more drama for the inner corner, I'm going to be using this white color right here. It's a matte color as well. I just want the inner corner to pop some more. For the lips, I'm trying to decide between these two Pixi lip colors. One is more brown, one is more mauve-y. I think I'm going to do the matte beige. So the other day I tried these Pixi Beauty liquid lipsticks, and oh my god, the formula is to die for. It's not drying at all, and it's just so easy on the lips. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move. The lipstick formula is probably, I have to say, one of my favorite liquid lipstick formula. It dries down to a matte lipstick. It doesn't transfer when you touch it, and it's not drying at all. I was amazed and shocked actually, because this is a product you can find at Target, so it's technically considered like a drugstore product, But the formula, hands down, they perfected it. Once it dries, like even Nick kissed me and was like, usually when he kisses me, he's like, oh, lipstick on my lips, but it didn't transfer on his lips, but it didn't feel dry on my lips. I could still smile fully and not feel like my lipstick is cracking or drying. I have to say, you guys, I highly, highly, highly recommend these liquid lipsticks by Pixi. They really just killed it in a liquid lipstick game. Putting on Iconic Light Lashes by House of Lashes. They're some of my favorite lashes by House of Lashes. And I always go from above. Oh, those went on so easy. It's really important to let the glue get a little tacky. I feel like it makes the lashes much easier to apply. I'm loving how this matte, all matte look turned out. I feel like sometimes highlighter just shows the texture on your face more. So like I have no highlighter on my face and I feel like my skin looks even better than if I had highlight on my face. I mean, listen, we all have highlighter, but sometimes if you have like super textured skin or if you have like breakouts, highlighter is gonna make that worse, believe it or not. And this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. I would love to know your thoughts on the comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.